And you are doing that, but you just don't know it. Because the more you're not holy, and the more klippa you've become, you're going to just be, you're, God forbid, when you start thinking, you're going to say, hey, time for the football game. The Bears are on TV. Wow, I wonder if he's going to throw a long bomb today. Right? That's where you're going to be thinking. But the more holy you become, you would effectively have a potential of Mashiach. Meaning, if you are aware of God's thought, you would be called to duty like a malach, or so v'shuv. But if you're not holy, you're being called to duty. Might be Vern, take the garbage out at 9 o'clock. Why did my tire get blown out? So your job is to not be lazy in this world and think about mundane things. The more you're thinking holy, you'll be called to duty to have God employ you to think for Him, or to think with Him. And that's what we're calling all systems go. When you're aware of Chachma, Bina, Das, I gotta do Chesed, all those things. Otherwise, it's Mislavish in Klippa. Right? I'm doing you a favor that I didn't kill you when you asked me to take out the garbage. Right? I'm doing you a favor that I even thought about it. Chachma. Right? You don't want to be on that level. So this is the idea of everything going up and then coming down. When the creation is lifted and the thoughts come down, and when everything is light and light and this and this, there's a zivug of bringing out the chesadim, the secret of enlightenment, precious light, and then the lights of chesed are in chokhmah, which is godless, and then when he comes out, all the madregas in the secret of above, Bina Zeranpin, he's talking about the whole rectification, and all the thoughts are produced. Praiseworthy are your portions of the tzaddikim, u'ma'alim ma'inukvin u'miyachtim u'yuchludim gvohim ha'amorim ha'olim hazel u'maba ki noichlim shnei oilamos. That's what I want to save out. We have notes just to go through. That's the gist, right? So the idea of the korban is a korban has a process whether you like it or not. The korban is God's technology, right? It's like a distraction of engineering. When we are lifting up korbanos, it is to receive the makshavas of God. So therefore, Shimon knows there's such a mitzvahs. Now in Galus we say that we daven in place of korbanos. So when you daven, again, you're lifting up the creation, receive it works. It's a process. The korbanos are the levush in this world to the process of God's thoughts coming down. It's a tolda, right? It's a tolda of the creation working properly. When it's in Galus, that tolda is in tefillah. And again, you can either acknowledge that you had a flat tire because you sinned and now you need to bring a korban to the base of Mikdash, or you can daven on the spot and that's your kapara. Meaning, we either acted out in tefillah or we acted out in the base of Mikdash. That's the secret of the korban. Mochen godless, again, all these things. Tefillin dafka, right? What is tefillin? Right? Lashon tefillah, the idea of the head. So when you're tefillin, this is an aiding in that endeavor. And the point now, and I want to end on this note. So get ready, yeah? The point is, this is how the creation is constantly running up and receiving, churning out. This is, if you were to see a map of creation, it would look like this. Right, the running and returning, Ratzova Shuv, the Mayan Nukvin, Simsum Shani, it is happening. This is why you have good days and bad days. Right? Bad day, good day. Bad day, good day. And the very simple issue is when God says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe says, I want to see your face. God says, no man can see my face and live. This is why. Right? Because when Moshe is thinking, God's not thinking. There's a delay. When Moshe rises up to think, he's not interested in seeing God's face. God said, here I am. Moshe said, no, I'm not looking. And Moshe says, I want to look. God says, no, I'm not thinking about it. My thoughts are not your thoughts. Life is staggered. And the answer is like this. What is the meaning of life? And here's the answer. Ready for this? This is actually the answer. The answer is, I don't want to think about it. That's the meaning of life. Because God makes you think. When you're having a rough day, you're thinking. Yeah? You're saying, why? Why? That's the meaning of life. What you're really saying is, if you listen to your own mind, ready? Think about when you had a bad day. You got your mind? A little meditation, everybody. Think in your mind of the last time you were upset. Yesterday, the day before. Were you upset? Were you saying, why? 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 Now think and realize all you are saying is, why? Now, you weren't complaining that it happened. What you were complaining about is, why do I have to think about it? If I have rent due tomorrow, and I don't have the money today, is there a good chance that I won't be evicted? Will somehow the money come? So the money will come. If I take a loan, whatever it is. But I'm saying, this is horrible, man. I just want to... Why? Why does life have to be this way? What you're really saying is, why do I have to think about it? That's all you're saying. I'm okay with it, God. I'll ask for the money, I'll get a loan. But why do I have to think about it all day long? Will they say yes? Will my friend answer the phone? All I'm saying is, why do I have to think about it? That's the meaning of life. That God makes you think. And here's the kicker. Ready? We're going to close to this point. My thoughts are not your thoughts. God is so strong that He doesn't have to think. There's something above Makshava in those 9 Heicholos. So high. It doesn't think. And you don't know what it is. You know why you don't know what it is? You're addicted to thinking. You are not strong enough to not think. You are not strong enough to say, bad stuff happened, not thinking about it. You're not strong enough. Only God is strong enough to not think about it. And you know why you're not strong to think? You know why you're not strong enough? Because you love to think. Right? If I ask you perplexing questions, do you think about it? Yeah. So imagine God is the master of making people think. Hey, Jim, how about that truck over there, buddy? Oh, yeah, I'm a truck driver. I love it. I love it. Wait a minute. You love it. But if there was a flat tire, you'd hate it, right? Well, yeah. So what you're really saying is you like to think about it until you don't like to think about it. And you're not strong enough to not think about it because really you love thinking about it. We love thinking and we don't want anyone else to tell us what to think about. And even though we have the right to say, okay, I don't want to think about it. Which is, enlightenment is to not think about it. You're not strong enough. You are not strong enough to turn off your mind and open up your higher levels of consciousness to ascend in the Gimel Rishonim of Kesser, 3 Kesarim, to find out why God is making the tire go flat and making my life worth being created over and over and over again. We'll end on that point. So what is the meaning of life? That... One second. I can't read my notes. I have no idea what this says. I wrote it really sloppy. Wait, I don't know what it says. This consciousness, where you totally rewrite the map of this world, is called Gan Eden Elyon. Right? If you got to the point where you can say, of course the tire went flat and it's not a problem. You have no kesher to this world. You are enlightened on the highest order that we're talking about. That's really the level of like the Isha, the real essential woman, right? Your schar, your portion of the end of days, right? You are at that place where in the world to come, you won't fret the tire being flat. You'll say, hey, my tire got flat. I wonder if Bob's going to come help me today. Because you know for a fact that God is good and He's creating you for the sake of Bob to do that mitzvah. But in this world, it's a question if Bob will do the mitzvah, and am I a Russia for having a flat tire, and you're thinking things you don't want to think about. In the world to come, God will flourish righteousness that you will want to think about your friend Bob, because of course Bob likes to change tires as a chance for a mitzvah. No ego involved. You'll be strong enough to think beyond yourself. Right? When the thoughts come down, it's not going to be, woe is me. You're going to say, thank God for the world. And you'll look at everybody else out there, and people will get along, and mitzvahs will be absolutely lishma. The chasadim in the chachmas, meaning of life revealed, the lights of Kesser, and in this world, we try every day to daven, to connect to those lights, and God willing, the base midrash will be built soon, so we can get back to the karbanos and enjoy and experience the thoughts of God, and have a hint to know what God is thinking about. That is the essence of our lives, mazel and shefa. Have a great Lag BaOmer. Shkoya for everybody. I hope this Zohar message did justice to the inyan of Lag BaOmer, Sfas, Meron, Rabbi Shimon.